like I'm recording, but I'm not. Okay. Shit, I gotta record it. Oh,
no, it's live, right?
No, man, I gotta record on the other.
I'm just kidding. Oh, shit.
You guys saying shit. All right. Okay, we're good. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is the Y Date Season 3. I believe it's episode 10. Yeah, I think it's episode 10. But going into it, I'm actually on a live stream on the first time on my YouTube. I'm also recording a couple of live streams. I know. Are you on live stream too? Okay, everyone's on live stream. But I'm just gonna get into it. This is an episode. I actually have a lot more speakers on here, which is actually you gotta get closer now. You're far away. But so I have actually I've never done a podcast with actually close friends of mine. I know I had someone on here. Oh yeah.
I'm a friend.
Yeah. I know.
I'm a close friend. Okay, sorry,
you got excited? Okay.
Overwhelmed by the news. That's the first I've heard that.
You know, one of the close. I know that.
Keep going.
I know most of you guys are probably not tuning in because it's probably Avengers going on. Everyone's watching the end game, but I don't care. I'm a Marvel guy. Just FYI.
Oh, what, Marvel? I thought you were DC.
I'm a DC guy.
Yeah, most negative guys are.
Well, this is gonna be an interesting episode. I'm not gonna have any. I'm not gonna have any. I got some experts. I guess I got some. I don't have any dating coaches or relationship gurus and nothing like that in this episode. This is gonna be talking about insecurity. That's what I want to get into. Insecurities in dating, guys. We never talked about that. I haven't. I talked about a whole bunch of other stuff. But before I do get into this, I got to get some announcements. I got to let people know. I got to let everyone know what's going on with Y Date. That's what, yeah. The Y Date announcements, okay? Damn. So just so you guys know, we're on YouTube. If you guys are tuning on YouTube, we're on YouTube.
Hi, YouTube land.
YouTube land. We are on Spotify.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Spotify. Yeah, it moved up. SoundCloud.
I've heard of that.
SoundCloud. Have you? We're on Apple, Google Play, and I think that's it.
Take your pick.
Oh, and Anchor. You guys, podcasters out there. There's an app called
We're on everything.
Yeah. Boom. Step it up.
MySpace.
So yeah. And then little updates. I know if you noticed, I don't have Max Savage and Renaissance Man here. I know it's like sad face. I wish I could put sad face in there. No. Okay. But
edit that in.
Oh, I'll edit it in.
CGI.
Yeah, I'm actually
it's in the budget.
Is it? It's in the budget. I'm actually doing this on my own solo, which is sad, but it's okay. I'm gonna keep doing this and keep having some content for you guys and the viewers and listeners here. And I'm going to talk about it. The last episode I did before was a little recap. I have Greg on there. Yeah. Greg Schwartz, the homie, right? And he kind of broke it down into, he was actually an online dating coach, believe it or not. Like, he actually broke it down to different ways of how the photo goes on there, how it's supposed to, if you guys want to listen to it, it's on the last episode on here before this one. It's probably before our bloopers too that we have on there. Before that. But it's cyber dating. So listen to that one, guys. It's huge. It's a big eye opener for me. I learned a lot, and I actually applied it right away on my online dating on Tinder, Bumble, Hinge. What's the other one? CMB. I don't know the other one. Grindr. No, Grindr. No, I don't use Grindr. I use Grindr. Crazy? No. Yeah, but I actually applied it. It's so funny. He actually was on point with that one. I was like, oh man. So. Take notes on that, guys. It's some good shit. But and I'm not sure if you guys have any inputs on cyber dating. I know I got my man over here, Heartbreak Asian. He's back. Boom. He's back. Woo.
Ooh. Shit, he's back.
So I brought him back on. I know if you guys remember, he was on season 2. I think the last episode you did with me was I don't remember what last episode.
It was that slap face.
Yeah, the one with the piano.
The piano started playing, and I just straight up said, "Man, dude, F this, man. Let's just get out of here. Let's go in the car. Yo, listen, yeah.
That was we're like Beethoven or something.
Yeah,
We're like, what is this? Get out of here.
Coffee shop.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know Bay Area natives, it's a place called Slapface. Good place, good venue. I think we just came at the wrong time. There's a lot of talented people there today. But what's you guys input on before we go into the next topic? I always like to recap with a lot of speakers. I know you guys weren't on the episodes or haven't listened to it, but it's about cyber dating. Are you guys for it, or what's your guys' opinion on it?
I'll go last.
Online dating. What do you got? Oh,
I think like online dating is a good supplement for like traveling to places.
wait, before we even start this, I didn't even introduce you guys.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
oh man,
I'm so sorry.
Rude.
When you're with your homies, man, you forget a lot of stuff. I don't need to be
Yeah.
like professional right now because I held so many professional people before in my episodes. I had to make sure everything was cool, but I'm like with everyone else, I'm sorry. I really lollygagged on this one. So before I get you guys input on online dating, I'm gonna bring up the guest speakers we have. If you guys are watching on YouTube, these are the people, right? And you already know Heartbreak Asian. He's all over our
Everywhere.
on our social media.
Mhm.
But we got my man J Flo here on my left,
hi.
Kiki on my right. Yeah. So and they actually, this is their first time on. So let's give them applause for coming out right.
Let's go.
Yeah, right. So I thank you guys for coming on. So before I get to now I introduce you guys. You guys are definitely well endorsed into the community of. I know you do poetry on the side. I know we had a guy on there that was named Books who did poetry as well. So guys got and you also you do a lot of couple of things too. DJing. What else we got going on? She's trying to teach you guys. She's modeling. Went to a couple of gigs of hers. But she has some insight. We have a chat group that we talk about. I go into dive into dating. So the question I always ask people when they first come on is why date? It's a question, right? What is your guys' question on that? Why date? Why should we date or why are we dating? Right? Question I want to ask. Which is it?
All right. Why are we doing a question or a recap?
Question.
All right.
Damn it.
Should I do
We're gonna
both?
recap later.
Oh,
It's
all right.
winging it, man.
Okay. I want clear. That was my question. Your question.
Yeah, dating. Why?
Why date?
What's your input on dating? Like what can you offer to the table for
Like
listeners on here?
Is it like my input,
Experiences?
or is
Yeah,
that my
experience.
interpretation of the question?
Both. God, man.
All
Dang
right.
it. The both, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I think why you should date is to get to know somebody before you progress to the next phase.
Okay.
That's
That's yeah. Okay. Sensitive ass answer, but it's all right. I'm a dick. I'm a dick.
yeah. That's just someone who doesn't believe in love.
Have you guys listened to my podcast, my seasons? You guys know how I am about dating, where I feel what dating is. Yes, I don't need to go into it. It's not about me. But Kiki, what's your input on it now? I know we've talked about a few scenarios in dating. I know you have some experience as well. What can you offer to the table here?
Well, I agree with Josh. I think it's a good way to start getting to know somebody with the intention of being in a relationship with them eventually. But also, I think dating is fun. Just make it fun.
Okay, so you guys are pro dating. Okay, that's cool.
Master daters.
Master daters.
Master daters.
This podcast is gonna be so funny.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting episode.
You never asked me that question.
Oh,
Jerk.
what is your question? What's your input? Oh, yeah, actually, before we go on that recap, it's been a while. You have to update us. You have to update the listeners because it's been a while. Last time you were talking, you had a crazy ex-girlfriend. We'll talk about that for a minute. Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, I said.
That's what you said. He said crazy. I didn't say it. He
Yeah.
said it was
Crazy
crazy.
ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, he said it crazy ex-girlfriend. I don't know.
Dang,
Fun.
going back
He
to
said
footage
that
on
live.
that.
Yeah,
I said it live.
it's recorded.
It's recorded and it's on video.
And it's okay because I don't have any regrets. I learned a lot. So,
Mm.
do you want me to answer the question or update them? Yeah.
Both.
Both? Okay. Let's see.
Guys know I'm winging this, man.
So okay, so okay. The question is why date, right? I think okay. Technically, and like primal instincts as a man and a woman, like our goal is to what? Is to reproduce. So why wouldn't you date? That's the goal, right? If your primal instinct is to, develop offspring, then you should be able to date well, especially in this society, right? Okay, if we're going before Game of Thrones, then like the dating is not even a thing. You just get a girl like come here, or like now you have my seed, right? Whatever, right?
Yeah.
Is that we don't suggest that.
Yeah.
But like
Fucking was the best too.
yeah, so now like in our society, actually there's a big term coming up too called sapio dating or sapiosexual, where it's like people get aroused by mental and intellect in dating, right? Because some people can just date because they look hot or that person looks hot
It's true.
or whatever, right? But then being a sapiosexual means you're strictly aroused by intellect, right? So that's like a big thing now. So why date? Like, yeah. So okay, so I'll put it this way. Why do I date, right? So, okay, for one, it's fun. Okay. Two, I'm learning more about how to communicate with people, especially with the opposite sex. And two, I eventually want to have kids and, I want to have a family, right? So, I mean, there were times I didn't want to have a family. I just wanted to be a polyamorous,
Shit.
slut, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
so, you know what I mean? So, but then, what? Huh? Oh, no more memory. That's okay. YOLO. Yeah, but then so that's why I date. But it's up to you guys. I'm in a very serious relationship.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I cut it off. So I was trying to make it work with my long-term ex, but it wasn't working out. I was very like short, like tempered, and it was for no reason too. But it was mainly because I wasn't happy, right?
Mm.
And then I did another girl, and it's very interesting, right?
Oh,
So like so okay. I'm trying to make sure I don't say her name. So she was getting out of a long-term relationship, and then we started talking, and I was like thinking about dating her, but then there's too many consistent things that made me like, oh, I don't think I want to date you. One, she was young, and she was like not mature to a level where to a person I want to date. In other words, like a grown-ass woman. And two was there's been like a consistency of like she cheated on her long-term ex twice and then did a similar consistent action with myself. So if I asked like, how can I trust you, right? Because that's important into my dating life. If that you're not going to cheat on me, right? She couldn't answer me. So I was like, all right, and then bye, right? And then by lucky timing, I met someone, we're very much in love, and then we're in a long-term, we're in a very serious relationship. Yeah, so
right? It's kind of, it's getting,
yeah, but I mean, it's been it's kind of recent, right? So I don't. That's weird to say. Oh, this is a long-term relationship, right?
I mean, you have the intention of
Yeah.
a long-term
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a better word. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I'm happy. Right now, my focus is on nurturing that and like nurturing my career. So it's pretty dope. Yeah.
Wow. So I should have been up to
Yeah.
That's even kind of quiet for a while, huh? No one's,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
two seasons
Yeah.
for the last 2 seasons, huh?
yeah. No, first season.
Yeah. First season, it was just like honestly, it was me
fun.
complaining.
It was fun.
It was pretty much me complaining and being a fuckboy. Yeah.
It was fun.
It was like, it's like, why? It was like, oh, you're gonna call me a fuckboy, and then you're gonna complain like, oh my god, you're such a fuckboy, right? But then, but what did we do? What did we fuck? Yeah. So it's like, why? It's funny that people throw these terms around like, you're a fuckboy or you're a slut, right? Okay, did you have sex with them? Yeah. Then that word is it's invalid, right? It's just dating. You guys are just dating. That's what it is. Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah. But now I'm calm. I'm cool.
Yeah, you better be.
Mm.
Yeah.
Come on,
I
man.
hope so.
So I think that's the answer to this question, why date?
Yeah.
He was gone for 2 seasons. Why?
Yeah.
Because he was
Because
dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Took you a couple seconds.
Yeah. But this is cool. This is a cool segue too because cyber dating is like I support it. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it a little bit. I mean, I know we have a lot to say on the security part.
Okay.
I mean, if make it quick, I guess make it brief.
Yeah. Go.
Oh, So cyber dating. Okay, so as you guys know, online dating, cyber dating, same thing. But I know most people are. I was actually. It actually opened up a few of my viewers open because they listened to Grady Shorts, and it was funny because he was talking about it in a positive way, in a positive light. Everyone's like, "Oh man, online dating, all there is like fuck boys on there, like thoughts or whatever you call it."
Yeah.
But like the way he thinks, like, no, it's just you can create success from there. You gotta. He has some like steps and things that he's helped out his clients to find like that potential one online dating. So I see people who have some successful relationships in online dating.
Yes.
I think it's like the worst thing in the world, but I think a lot of people just there's such a pool of just dicks and pussy and just a whole bunch of shit going on there. Butts, ass,
I'm just naming parts.
calves,
elbows,
elbows. But yeah, I know it's just. I think it's in a way of like he shined a little bit more light on it, and I think it was good. It was good to see. But yeah, what do you guys think? No,
I mean, like I remember having a talk with J Flow. I was gonna say this. I talked with J Flow about like. I think it was a time when cigarettes were starting to be like not as relevant anymore, and so electronic cigarettes were the next thing, right? Or vape juice or all these vape pens were coming up. And then someone asked, I think it was like our friend, we can say his name, John. I think our friend said like, "Do you think that's gonna be the next big thing?" And then J Flow said, "Yeah, because that's evolution. Like that's not an option to buy. It's not a luxury. Like it's an evolution of the product, right?" So I think cyber dating, online dating is an evolution. It just happens. It just makes it faster. So the success stories that we've heard, it's like what 3 out of 20. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that because like you're not all of them are going to be perfect. If they were, then all of us would have kids, married, and happy in love.
Is that true? No, I wouldn't. I don't do that kind of stuff.
What do you mean?
Kids, man. No.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm 50-50 sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, but,
whatever your purpose is on that dating app, right? Like your goal is to find a partner. Right? Why are you on the dating app? Oh, because I want to fuck around. Okay, cool, man. That's dope, right? But then, like, remember, I wasn't gonna have kids. I was gonna be a polyamorous until I met my partner.
Yeah.
Right. So things can change too, right? So essentially, again, primal instincts. You're out there to reproduce, and going on the online dating. It just makes it faster.
Yeah, it's a little faster. I think in our generation, it's very fast paced. So that's what I think, in my opinion. I think it's really our generation is really fast paced.
Yeah.
That's why the gray area is such a there's so much expectation in dating. There's the standards in dating. There's a couple of things that people don't really know about in dating. That's why we talk about it. That's why why date. See? You guys get it? Huh?
Yeah.
No?
Okay.
So I'm goofy. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll get into the insecurities.
Oh,
I think that's what we really want to talk about. The nitty gritty of the juicy part, right? So but insecurity, guys. I think there's I actually made a post on my Instagram. I posted who's most insecure in dating, men or women, and actually people say men are the most insecure by the votes.
Yeah, I said that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's I don't know. Everyone has an opinion about it, but I guess we can just dive into male insecurity since that's the first one, right? That's like the one that everyone thinks. Why do you guys think men have the most insecurity in dating?
Yeah, why do you think men have the most insecurities in dating?
Yeah.
I feel like
we ain't heard from women, man.
I feel like it's harder for them maybe. Like on your dating apps, like do you have like a list of like women like trying to get at you?
No.
It's like that.
Interesting.
No, I mean, yeah, it depends. Like, yeah, but like sometimes I just swipe and I'm like, damn, did I swipe right on this person? And sometimes I don't keep track. So I'm just like, oh yeah, yes I did. But I do. Bumble is kind of interesting. Okay, it doesn't hurt my insecurity, but I feel like when they respond to me, don't respond back, I'm kind of an asshole for it. They're like, oh hey, how's it going? I'm like, I don't respond back. I'm just totally.
Well, maybe it's because of how you're approaching it. Because you're saying, "Hey, how's it going?" Well, she might have like 10 other dudes saying the exact same thing.
No, in Bumble, when the girl says hi, how's it going? Because they have to message you first.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't message back. I said, yeah. They say, oh hey.
They say it to you.
Yeah, I'm like,
okay. It's the other way around.
and then I wait for it to expire like the last 8 minutes. And if I say something, I'm like, oh hey.
Or the emoji.
Done. They all say tryst, but I don't know if that hurts a women's insecurity in that case. But I don't know. I can't really speak too much on this topic. I have a little insecurity, but not too much. But like I met people who have so much insecurity about themselves. There's tons of guys I know. But from a guy perspective, okay, so when guys approach you, how do they approach you in an insecure way? Like, how would you catch on to insecurities? And what would you do with guys who are insecure? How do you deal with guys with insecurity?
Well, I actually just had one recently. Like,
Do tell. Do tell.
He slid into my DMs and he
message.
right off the bat he said like, oh, you're way out of my league, like, but I really hope you find someone for you.
Yeah.
He said like, you're way out of my league, like automatically, that shows like insecurity. I know it's like kind of sweet that he's like, oh, I want you to be happy, but even though I don't really know
Girls
you.
don't like that kind of stuff.
But that's like showing like lack of confidence, like right off the bat.
Yeah.
Can I give the backstory to that?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
All right. So like,
Uh-oh.
so if you guys don't know, there's a Facebook group called Subtle Asian Dating. And there's a lot. There's like subtle Asian traits, subtle white traits, subtle black traits, right? It's like a big thing now. Yeah, no, it's a big thing. So it's not just Asians, right? So there's something called subtle Asian dating.
I just found out about this.
Yeah. No, bro, it's like a weird phenomenon that all these kids like hop on, and young adults, whatever. And they were what's the word? The term is auctioning their friends on the site. Meet my friend, she's single, right? So I actually made the post about Kiki. And when she said a guy said, "Oh, you're out of my league. There's no way I can date you." So it's funny that you say that because I actually got 10 messages from all these guys saying, "Freaking listen."
I'm listening.
I'm just kidding. She's listening. Does women probably listen better? I don't know. So I know. And then so she said she got one message. I got 10 messages saying, "Man, dude, your best friend is like really beautiful. I don't think I can go for it, right?" I'm like, "Why not?" I was like, "Well, why?" You know what I mean? And not to say that like, and I wasn't lying to them. I wasn't gonna say like, you might be able, you have a chance, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was trying to inform them like, yo, like whether she's into you or not, like you should at least try because there's always a lesson in every approach, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's very interesting. That's I didn't expect that many. I expected guys.
You didn't expect that many?
No. I know. Let me rephrase. I didn't expect that many guys.
Shit,
I expected more guys to come at me and say, like, "Wow, she's really hot, man. Like, let me get her." Right? I was like, "Okay, yeah, go for it, whatever." Right? But I expected that. But instead, I got, man, she's not in my league. Oh, I don't think she's into me.
How many did you get total?
10.
10?
Oh, wait. Messages?
Like, yeah, in general, like the insecure guys.
Oh, 10.
10?
10.
10 out of how many? That message you.
Honestly, but no. There was only one guy message saying, should I message her?
Oh.
Like, or hey, I'm gonna message your friend. She's really hot.
Okay.
So is it fair to say that when you made this post, you're expecting like a bunch of people to like, oh man, I want some permission, but instead people were like coming to you looking for encouragement, like give me some confidence.
Oh,
Yeah. And some of them didn't care,
Interesting.
right? Some of them just straight up like message her. Someone like that guy that like bought tickets to your show.
Oh, shit.
That was hella funny. But whatever.
No dick pics, though, right?
Oh, no dick
Okay,
pics.
cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very.
Aw.
I don't know why guys.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I'll show you.
I don't know why guys do that. I don't know why we do the whole dick pic thing. Like, I don't never do that. I never do that. Like, oh, she's gonna like it. She's not gonna like it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like, you send me a dick pic, I'll send you one of a nicer dick.
oh.
Challenge accepted.
Hey.
A donkey's penis.
A dog.
It's like, whoa, what is this?
Hey.
Yeah. But yeah.
Nicer one.
It's like,
What about insecurity? Did you want to go over specifically?
I mean, I think what I really want to talk about. I think you guys quite. Man, didn't you guys get the guilines? I can't go on. It's on my phone.
Oh, that's okay.
It's on. I'm on live stream.
You don't need that. It's
Okay, so all right.
Yeah.
See, I hate dick pics. So we're on live stream too. Yeah. What's up, Amy?
Who's Amy?
She was on our podcast, the one before you were around.
Oh.
Yeah, you weren't around.
I don't give a fuck.
Just kidding. But I think like in general, I know I have a lot of guys who approach me about this episode. Hopefully they're listening. They better be listening. Insecure ass. All right. So insecurity, I think a lot of, because I've seen a lot of guys who, like I said, approach it very nonchalant or very passive. And I think like, I don't know, like how do you guys see that as attractive as someone approaching it very passively, or do you want someone to kind of just be like, I mean, I know you're only one person, you can't speak for every woman, but like as a woman, if you're someone approaching that way, like how would you feel in that situation? Like would you just be like, and you kind of just like, how should someone with insecurity approach someone like, you know what I mean?
Well, if they approach me, I'm just like,
Good question.
if they're just like, hey, or like, hey, like, what's up, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, it doesn't really show that they're giving much effort. So I actually like get a lot of those. So if I get like a lot of the same response, I'm just gonna like overlook it. But if you like send me like something interesting, like something that's like not really small talk, then that's what catches my attention.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now the confidence is a big thing, I think, and I think a lot of guys notice that. I don't know how to like teach people to not be insecure, but I mean,
I can't really teach them. They have to learn that on their own.
No, yeah. I see. Someone just said, "Be confident." Women hate passive men. Well, yeah. Well, all right. Well,
do they hate passive men or do they hate something else? Right? Because I'm not passive, but I'm pretty calm, and I have a lot of friends who are passive.
Yeah.
But they're not. But they're all in relationships. Right?
Yeah. True.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, is it wimps, chumps? Like, is it their? You know what I mean? Like, because passive is not necessarily bad. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, would you rather have a passive guy like, hey, how's it going? Like with like an aggressive guy, yo, we're trying to get this dick. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's not attractive and that's not fly at all, right?
So there gotta be a balance.
Yeah. So
how would you be able to balance it? How is someone supposed to balance that? Like,
well, I mean,
not come off too strong and then come off too soft.
Well, I mean, that's talking about like an approach, right? I mean, if we're talking about the topic of insecurities, like, well, first of all, we have to define it, right? What is it? It's uncertainty of oneself with anxiety. Uncertainty of oneself with anxiety. So what are they anxious about, right? I think that's like the core problem, right? And then because I've heard this too. Guys will say, "Yeah, man, she's so insecure. She has to check my phone because she's afraid of me like cheating on her, right?" Or vice versa, right? Man, he's so insecure. Like, you know, like I like having sex with him, but man, like he's always like wondering like if he's like performing well or not, right? Because that's actually a big challenge, right? Like, man, I didn't make her come, right? Whatever, right? That's a big thing. And then the girl is fine. Like the girl is like, I'm happy, but the guy is like, man, kicking cans and trash cans, like, right?
Yeah, it's like a big deal. For some reason.
So I guess it goes down to like, okay, so insecurities, like, is it bad? No, obviously, but then how do you tackle it, right? Like, what's the core problem? So what are the consistent things, right? Some people are afraid of loss, the LOSS, right? They're afraid of losing that person or whatever.
Yeah.
They're afraid of like betrayal.
Not being good enough.
They don't get enough. Yeah, not being good enough. They don't get enough affirmation in their life, right? So I think like when we talk about those things, when we talk about insecurity, like what's the supporting words?
This is just men in general, or just everyone.
I said it's
Okay.
everyone, but if we're talking about men, those are like really big ones, right?
Yeah.
Not getting enough affirmation. What society is a big thing too, right? Like how many times have we heard like, oh, like, but he's short. You know, I want a tall guy, right?
Yeah. What's up with that? What's up?
Silly.
Yeah,
like I heard a lot of women say that, and I asked women this question, like, why do you like tall guys? And they're like,
I know, what is it about tall guys?
Yeah, and I guess like from what I heard, this is from when I've asked a couple of women I've matched on Tinder or whatever. They say like, oh yeah, I just want to feel like I'm being protected, or some people say I want tall kids one day, shit like that. I was just like, oh,
or like I want to wear heels around them.
Yeah, I want to wear heels. I want to feel like, you know, I don't feel like I'm too. But like one time, a girl said this to a tall girl. Said this to a short girl. It was so funny. She was like, I like tall guys. Why do you like tall guys? For me, I have to go for guys. It's weird. Like me, I'm short. You know, like it matches from where I'm high. You're short. You can go for a short guy, but it was just kind of it pushes back a lot of short guys who feel like insecure about that because now they won't approach someone who's tall because they already know that they're not gonna like them.
Yeah, and I had a and okay, to be fair, right? Oh, you see something?
He said engagement out tomorrow. Yeah, I know that.
My ADD.
DC.
To be fair, like the primal instinct of some women feeling safe because their man is bigger and taller or whatever, right? Cool. That's cool, right? Yeah. But then sometimes people flip it, right? Like how tall is he on Tinder? Oh, he's 6 feet. Oh yeah, I'll see him, right? But then what about like weight? I remember I watched this video, right? This guy was asking all these girls, would you date a tall guy or a short guy? Tall guy, tall guy, tall guy, tall guy. Yeah, if he's not over 5'11", I'm not gonna date him, right? Okay, so he has to tell you his height before going on that date. Yeah, he does. Okay, what if he asks you how much you weigh? And then they're all saying, no, that's wrong. No, you should never ask a woman about their weight, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, what's the difference, right? So to me, this might be an asshole thing to say. Your weight can be controlled.
Yeah.
I mean, the height can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you get surgery. Right? And break your
Get
knees.
your legs
Ow.
like,
Yeah.
elongated.
Yeah.
I need to be tall.
Well, you know, I think that's definitely true, but I think both of those kind of connect to that insecurity of like that shallowness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, you know, like if I really cared about someone, I'd want them to be healthy, not to weigh a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you know, so I feel like
Someone think
when you kind of like have that that prerequisite of like, okay, you must be this tall to ride this ride. You know, I feel like that's you're projecting an insecurity of yourself onto like the oncoming people around you.
That's true. Yeah, that's true, man. And I think that should be changed at some point, because like that whole standard of just someone looking for a tall guy, it's kind of like bullshit. I mean, I'm tall, but like I'm just looking up. My dad actually is short.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah, he's short,
my dad's hella short.
Yeah.
And like my mom's tall. That's where I got the height from. But it was like that shit was like should never be an issue in situations like that. I think this is like short guys. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like I think it's just I don't know, man. Like I hopefully that whole standardization of like dating a tall guy is like you know what I mean.
So do you think it's fair to say everyone has insecurities, some form of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone said
Oh,
Thanos
definitely.
is tall.
Should we talk about it?
What?
Ours?
Wait, which one?
And how we overcame it?
I overcame R.
Like how we like come to terms with it and like, you know, just work with it?
I mean,
Or whatever. I don't know.
You wanna
You
get,
want to
like,
wing it,
really
right?
personal?
yeah. I mean, sure. Why not?
I mean, like we're gonna talk about insecurities, right? Yeah, people are insecure. Cool, or it's bad.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
It's bad. Okay.
I mean, yeah,
End of
sure.
podcast.
Thank
The
you.
comment. Someone said Thanos is tall.
Yeah, but you know, as small as Ant-Man, it's gonna go up that butthole and tear him up.
Hell
Think,
yeah.
think about that.
I was like Thanos.
Yeah.
He's under. I'm just reading the comments. Yeah, I mean, we can do that. We can jump into that. You want to do it for each person?
Yeah, go first.
Okay. Me first?
No,
Oh,
whatever.
shh.
Doesn't matter.
No. You go first, man.
I go
You
first?
brought it up.
Yeah, you brought it up, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm just trying to think of the purpose of talking about this topic, right? So we're acknowledging insecurities is a thing, and it is bad because it's in some ways it's self-harming, right? Because you're harming yourself with the self-talk of like, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, da 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 da. I didn't get enough affirmation about this, so then now therefore I am this, right? Yeah, I don't know. I think one thing for sure, right? Like, let me see. So I thought having curly hair was bad, right? Like I was always teased about it, and I was insecure about that, right? I was insecure about like, you know, not fully finishing college, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. And I actually, I was insecure about like even how I would talk to women.
Yeah.
Right. Like I wasn't sure if I was, you know, fly or sly. You know, like, hey, how's it going? Right.
Yeah.
You know, because especially being, you know, a young Asian American growing up on watching James Bond movies. Right? Like, damn, man, that guy's like
Smooth.
he's pulling like women left and right. What the hell, right?
Yeah.
I need a British accent. Shit. So like so I think fuck. Just recently, like maybe within the last 2 years, I've come to terms with it. Like I'm like, damn, like I was insecure about these things, but it's cool. You know what I mean? Like I've learned so much from it. I'm glad I gained from it, because I can't imagine being that person where I had it so easy where like women would flock to me, and I can never relate to the guy next to me who says, "We like, I need some advice." You know, just be attractive. Like what? Like that's the worst. Like that's nothing, right? Just be attractive, right? So I think you know, in my perspective, like I think one, like coming to terms and acknowledging it is one, and then two is like it's not to nurture and feed into it, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't finish school. Damn, that sucks, right?
Yeah.
So what can I nurture? Okay, I'm an artist. I'll nurture that, right? I'll nurture the business of it. Cool. I'll make a career out of it. Wow, it's working.
Yeah.
Dope. And then now, like, I feel more fulfilled in my life, and I don't feel insecure that I don't have a degree. You know what I'm saying? So that's like one thing too. And you know, like and that's definitely more of like an internal mental thing, right? That's not like, you know, anything physical, right? You know, and to be fair, like I'm tall, so I'm pretty blessed. I'm pretty lucky as an Asian guy too, right? You know, over 6 feet. And I did an experiment, right? I did an experiment on Bumble, right? Where I was like, okay, 1 week, this is my profile, right? Maybe like 3 out of 10 matches, right? 8 out of 10 match me, and then 3 out of those 8 approach me. Hey, smiley face, right? Change the profile a little bit up. Blah blah blah, Gemini, blah 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 blah, whatever. 6 feet tall, right? Dude, I'm telling you, dude, the number is like jumped up. Right? 1, that's affirmation that like women like taller men. 2, that's affirmation that we're living a shallow society. Right? Yeah. So and then yeah, sure, it was like flattering for me, but it wasn't like it like, okay, cool, like, so you're just using me as meat, you're treating me like a piece of meat right now, right? Yeah, you know, so so that's how I think, how I not overcame, but how I deal with insecurities, right? And I still feel it sometimes, right? You know, my girlfriend and I, I'm not insecure, but like I worry, right? Like I don't want her, you know, I don't want her to cheat on me, right? But then I also don't nurture that either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back, let me see your phone, right? Because I know that when I'm feeding into that, I'm also feeding into my insecurity, and therefore I'm self-harming myself, right? So
guys do that shit all the time.
Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah, both sexes.
Yeah, that's just,
or all genders.
It's like, where are you going?
Yeah.
So I'm going with my friends.
Yeah.
When are you gonna be back? But yeah, I mean, I guess I can speak on that with insecurity too. I get a little sensitive, I guess.
It's not sensitive. I'm just talking.
Yeah, man. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. I don't want people knowing this stuff. You know? All right. Anyways, so like insecurity, I did have. I actually was like at one point, like I was worried that I was, you know, I was like, man, weird. What was that?
It's your brother.
My brother's calling?
Yeah,
it's weird. That is weird. Anyways, but I had insecurity. Like I was so like, I guess I grew up in a white, just white neighborhood, and I thought like, man, they don't like black guys, man. Like I was just so insecure about my own color and my skin for a minute, and I would say like, man, dude, everyone thinks that like I got. Like I'm some kid, like poor, don't have any, you know what I mean? Like just not good looking. So I was like, all these guys, like these guys who are like, these girls date, like this like tall, like white guys, like play football. Like they have like their parents like own a cabin in like Tahoe and shit. Like they have money. And it's just like, I remember I used to bring someone to my house. I brought like I was starting to become cool, popular, right? It was cool to be black at one point. And then everyone came to my house and they were like, oh, you live like this? Like, everyone just looked at me like, "Oh, he's poor. He doesn't have much money." And I was actually living pretty, middle class. But the friends I was hanging out with, they were like, and I was insecure of myself about. I was like, "Man, dude, do I gotta get like money like this? Do I gotta drive like a nice car?" I had like a beater car, like a hand-me-down car for my brother, and everyone's like, "This is a dumb car, man." Like people roasted me in school. It kind of hurt me a lot, man. I think like high school, middle school, kind of got me into really just like. Just being my mom, like, fuck, dude, whatever, right? And so I was like at one point shy. When I dated some girls, I was just like, so I didn't know what to do. I was just like, oh man, she really likes me. How do I go about this? So, but yeah, I was a little insecure about that, and I was just shocked that someone actually. I remember one girl actually liked me. Yeah, and I was shocked. I was just like, man, what? Like, and I was like, at this time, I wasn't really tall. I didn't spring up to like maybe into my high school. So I was actually short at one point. Actually, my boy's on here too. One of my close friends. He knows. If he's on listening, he knows.
Who is it?
Keith Lewis.
What's up, bro?
So he was always tall.
Hey, Keith.
She knows Keith.
Shout out to Keith.
Keith, if he's out here.
Yo,
but...
him, me, and Dante almost jumped these 3 short white people. They were gonna die. We have a wrestling top NCS champ, tall freaking Keith, and a martial arts teacher. So they didn't want to fight us. Like stupid. Yeah. Anyways, we're flexing.
So this dude, my close friend, he actually was already tall. He was already taller than everyone else in his class. So it was like, and he played basketball. And I was like, man, he literally got here. I got here maybe a couple years before in the area we lived in. He got here for like maybe a couple months. He was pulling hella females already. I was like, what the fuck is this shit, man? And I was like, man, the work I've been putting in. And this dude come over here and just swoops. So like that hurt me a little bit. I was like, man, is it because I'm short? Is that what it is? Or is it because I'm like just maybe I'm kind of annoying to people? I don't know what it is. Maybe I was just like that short, annoying kid. So, and you know, I think I just wanted to try to be cool with everyone else. And then after high school, I said, fuck everyone. Sorry. I was like, whatever. Like, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just kind of got me out of that. I think how I overcame it is just, I think I just like, I dealt with so many rejections before. I've been rejected so many times. And it just got me the more thicker skin. I was like, all right, well, what's the worst that can happen? Like, she's going to say no. All right. It's kind of like, I think it just gave me like a more thicker skin. I was just like, okay, whatever. And then when I started getting tall, that's when things changed, right? So it's true. Like what you're saying about taller, like when you get taller, like, oh, you're pretty tall, you know? Same girls, like now, I don't even mess with them no more. They got kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, on a basic spectrum, right? Like it's like, oh, I'm attracted to that. But even as a tall guy, me, okay, like I was insecure about a lot of things. Right. So yeah, it's interesting, man.
It's
I think that both of those stories kind of like confirms that you know, everybody has insecurities, and even the silent D.
Dang,
the D.
This is a sensitive episode today,
Yeah.
guys.
I mean, even for myself, I don't identify as an insecure person, but I definitely have my insecurities, you know. But those insecurities aren't me, and you know, I believe that, you know, you're gonna have it, and it's gonna be the scale, you know, because so like some of the things that's gonna bother me aren't gonna be some of the things that bother, you know, Kiki and you know, Heartbreak Asian. You know what I mean? But like it's to each their own. And I think it's like it's a choice. You know what I mean? It's a choice to like, you know, get put down by experiences or to be pushed back up to it. But I think the most important thing is to have experiences. Because without going through experiences, you know, you got no source material to like pull for, or you have no data to get feedback from. I know for myself, you know, I'm considered below average for Americans in terms of the height. Definitely not in the 6 foot realm, you know.
We love you, Josh.
Yeah, but you know, it's funny because like you know, we got someone here saying like, what constitutes a short guy? He says 6 feet under or like under 5'8", and I'm just like, I'm neither of those. I'm like far from it. But it's funny because I've never identified as being a short guy, and I've definitely dated people that were taller than me.
Yeah, you did.
But you know, I like. I think where like the insecurities for me has where it played in my life was it got me in my head, and I started having this negative self-talk, which resulted in taking inaction, you know. But like if you asked me like how I felt when I was dating someone taller than me, people would say like, so what do you do when she wears heels? I tell her like, yeah, I feel like I'm dating a supermodel now. You know. So I think it's just kind of on the way that you take it. Yeah.
Okay. How'd you overcome it again? What did you do to overcome it? Did you mention that?
What did I do to overcome insecurities?
Well, yeah, your insecurities about that, like.
You know, I think a lot of it has to do with like self-worth. And I think for me, what I did was I made things not about me. I like kind of started just doing things that I liked. And then like I would like talk to people who are doing the things that I like. And like I would make it not about me. Right? I'd be like, okay, well, I'm talking about B-Boy. I'm not talking about me. So and then once like I like kind of created a community and like rapport with these people, it's like, okay, well, I got these people who I can like be myself with and be connected with and be myself with. And then naturally from there, the tribe kind of just like grows. Yeah.
Deep, man.
The inner circle, man.
J Flow, man, is always in that deep stuff, man. Every time I talk to him, man, he's always in that deep shit, man. Let me like reading a book and shit, man. I'll pick up a book, maybe Harry Potter.
Maybe that's a great book.
You read one page.
Harry Potter actually has a great circle of friends.
Yeah.
I don't think he.
All right. Well, last but not least, is that what I said?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Why do people say
I
that?
must went to a public
The
school.
last but not least, meaning that this is the last person, but that doesn't determine the value of which that person is.
okay.
That the order does not
This
determine.
didn't sound right when I said it.
Yeah.
I was like, huh? Last but not least.
Is it kind of like that, like straight off the bat?
Yeah, I was like, huh? All right. But Kiki, now you're the only woman here. So, yes, if you mind opening up to your insecurities, you can. But we like to know.
Well, I do have a lot of insecurities, about myself. I'm not gonna like lie and like say like, oh, I'm like perfect,
Yeah.
Mhm.
But one of them is, if I'm interested in someone and they're not interested in me back, I come up with these fantasies like, oh, like why don't they like me back? Why can't they reciprocate? And I just had to remind myself, those are just fantasies. It's not reality. And you kind of just like project those fantasies like onto them, and it kind of like they kind of like see it. They see like your insecurity. So with that, like you just have to focus like on what's real, and not like something that you made up in your head, because they might not even like feel like what you're thinking. So I think that's like something that that like I try to remind myself when dating.
Now, did they tell you reasons why they didn't like you? Or they just kind of said, oh, I flat out just didn't?
It was kind of like,
Or
oh, I'm
something
just
that's
like not.
recurring?
It's like very like generic, like, oh, I'm just like not ready, or I'm not
okay.
really like looking for anything right now,
This is nice.
or I have like other priorities to focus on.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad. I was just saying I'm ugly. So you ugly? I'm like, man, I was born this way, man.
They usually just stop talking to me.
I was like, that's such a nice thing. That's a very
That
nice.
was pleasant.
Has it been like a recurring, like, because I know, what do you feel like you're insecure about yourself? Like, what are the things that you feel like you're insecure about?
I guess that I'm like not good enough, like,
Or,
oh, why doesn't
sorry,
Okay.
maybe to refine it, like what's
Yeah.
something that you were insecure about before, but you're no longer insecure about?
I guess being like more outgoing or being more open with people. Like back then, like back in high school, I was like super shy. Like I didn't really talk to anybody. But
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like really-
That's just
like,
hella
really
weird
shy.
to me.
Yeah, we're like,
Just 'cause
I was like super shy, and then I started working in retail, and that's what
Okay.
forced me to I have to like talk. That's part of my job. I have to like talk to people.
yeah.
You know?
Just can't go.
So I just put myself in situations where I really challenge myself. Right now, like I'm really challenging myself in, performing and like dancing, just to break me out of my shell. So I think like in order to grow, you just have to really put yourself in situations where you're not the best, where you're not comfortable with yourself. And then once you overcome that, then you glow up.
So sorry, just a recap. So you're insecure about what again? About talking.
Talking to people, I guess.
Okay, and then you overcame that by
putting myself in situations where like I have to talk to people,
Oh, okay.
where I have to
Force
talk to
yourself?
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Nice.
force yourself.
Yeah.
So what has been the result of that?
Well, the person you see right now.
Oh, I like that. That is
It's me.
definitely a confident statement right there.
Yeah.
I love that.
So we go, hey man, you better listen to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what was it? Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was trying to. This episode was actually about him. He's better be listening in. Yeah, I made one. just go back on the other ones. Rewind. But I will. Let's take the YouTube. But yeah, so yeah. I mean, yeah, J Flow, man, your questions are pretty good. I don't know what else to say.
Ask more questions.
Ask more questions. I mean, we can talk about insecurity enough. I think we talk about our own personal experience of insecurity. I think that hopefully applies to everyone else who's listening.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at the end of the day, overcoming is always a challenge for everyone else.
Well, if I could just kind of go full circle, because I feel like everybody has shared their story.
No.
Okay.
Hui.
So what?
So like when you overcame your insecurity about your height, what was the result of that? What came about?
My height? Well,
Sorry, if you can remind me,
Your
you
curly
said
hair.
Oh, my,
oh your curly
Curly
your curly hair.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I'm
after
Asian,
you
yeah.
got over your insecurity about like your curly hair, what was possible? What was the result of that?
Let me see. So I think, what's the word when you're like, when you care about how you look a lot? Is it vain? Is that
Self-conscious?
Self-conscious? Yeah. I guess I was like very self-conscious of how I look, right? So
Mhm.
so then I would. So at first I would like try different hairstyles and like try my new style, right? And I was like, man, this is ugly as fuck, man. Like I gotta fix it.
Like when me and Tim stained your hair.
He said,
Yeah,
"Ugly
yeah.
as fuck."
So, like, and then it got so bad to where like, well, in high school, huh?
She's like,
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Yeah. So they,
He can.
so then, yeah, actually, it got so bad to where I started wearing beanies every night because I want my hair to stay
So
straight.
you won't wear beanies for
No. Even worse, bro.
Oh.
Like, it was like every night, like in like elementary school.
like Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. So I dry my hair.
Mm.
Like, yeah, it was so bad. So then,
Damn.
and it actually damaged my hair. So,
Wow.
so and then I again, when you're younger too, like you don't know, like no one really trains or conditions you to like be a good candidate for a partner, right?
Yeah.
Or they don't train or condition you to learn how to do your taxes. You're like, those are pretty important. That's a pretty important shit,
Yeah.
right? So, but what do most parents tell their kid, right? Do good in school, right? And then whatever, right? Or do this, right? Or whatever. And especially being a first generation American, like my parents, they didn't know how to really like socialize with me. So that's why I went to a phase of seriously just not giving a fuck, or just like breaking a lot of rules and being rebellious, right?
Mhm.
Come home at 9, come home at 12, like they're yelling at me, whatever. 9, right? So
Oh, okay.
it was so bad, right? So in turn, the result of like coming to terms with my hair, was I created a not give a fuck mentality, meaning like not really giving quality or energy to people's opinions that don't help me grow, right? For example, right, like you should be like, or you should do this, or I don't think that looks good on you, right? So I don't give them any powers, and I just keep doing what I just do, you, right? And the wise words of was it Big Sean? In
I don't know.
no, in Big Bang, right?
Big Bang. Play the song.
Bitch, I'm gonna do me, right? Like, yeah, that's a sick song. And then so anyway, so the final product of me coming to terms with my insecurity of my hair, right, was I branded it. Yeah. So like this big fro, right? So actually I asked a designer to brand my face silhouette, which actually was an idea that was given to me by my girlfriend. So my DJ name is Wee Boogie. Shameless plug, Wee Boogie, right? OUI Boogie. So my logo is the silhouette of my glasses, face up to here, and then my hair. So that's like forever a brand, and I'm proud of it. Like I'm gonna make stickers, pass out business cards. It's cool, right? So that's the final form.
If I'm getting this correctly, before you were like ashamed and you're dealing with this insecurity about your hair, but once you got past it, you actually move forward and put that in the forefront, and that is like how people, what you were afraid to be associated with, now it's actually part of your brand and something that people use to identify you.
Yeah.
And they flock to you.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I have really big thighs. It's kind of weird, right? To me, it's weird. I thought it was weird.
I never really looked at your thighs.
That's cool. No, for me, it was weird, right? Like, get out of here. So at first, I was like, man, dude, this sucks, man, right? And I remember I used to play soccer when I was younger, and they gave us shorts that were really short. I was like, fuck, man,
you wear short shorts.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell,
short shorts all the time,
right? And then I got more comfortable. I'm like, it's just legs, just muscle. I can just work them out a little bit, right? And then that's when I was like, oh shit, like these are pretty big legs, right? And then I pushed it. I put it on the forefront. So it went from like being insecure, like hiding, to like ignoring it, and then to embracing. So I think that was one thing. And I think in the ignoring phase, I was not giving energy to how insecure how I felt about it, right? So.
So before, like it was like something that like made you want to dim your light, but now you're just shining.
Yeah. I think, yeah. So it was dimming. It was a lot of dimming, right? Like, taking the oxygen out of the flame. But it's okay to take the flame out, so you can just go revisit it later, and then you can gasoline it, and then right, and then you're good.
Yeah, you
right?
realize
Yeah.
what made you unique is what makes you special.
Yeah.
It's what makes you different.
Yeah, and you know what helps too is having good people around you to give you affirmation about it. I think that's so important. I think that's why so that guy that messaged you, right? So I could have easily been like, don't talk to my friend like that. You're making her feel uncomfortable, right? Like I actually was trying to empower him. Like, I get it, man. It's cool, but this is how it came off. It just came off kind of like, like disturbing, right? Oh, okay, yeah, but hey, but you know what, like good for you though. Good for you, like messaging her. That's dope. Like, not a lot of people would message a random girl online to say like, hey, you're beautiful, right? So I think that's very important, especially coming from like
Yeah, I like how you went about it.
yeah, especially from male to male, right? Because I mean, okay, I know you don't like this word, but like toxic masculinity, right?
Oh,
we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about.
Get me started.
Yeah,
on that
we're not gonna
shit.
talk about that at all. But
God
like,
damn it.
like
I didn't
one
even
of-
talk to the episode about that.
yeah, I know. One of the traits of that is breaking down a man and thinking that's normal.
Yeah.
Like, you're whack, bro, man. What the hell? Get out of here. Right?
Yeah.
Right? You can do one more rep. Wussy, right? Whatever, right? But then real empowerment though, like it does wonders. It's just people were not, men are not used to getting it from other men. So it's kind of sappy and weird, right? Like if you're, remember when we're working out and you're like, man, get that squat, right? Remember I failed, right? Like, I can't do it, bro. Right? But then you're like, yo, let's go, right? Like, it's kind of right, aggressive energy, masculine energy, like that helped. But if you're like, hey man, you got it. Like, or if you're like, you got it, man, you can do it, right? That would be kind of weird. Like, let's be honest, like, because like help me, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I think empowering each other and affirmation from others is like really important.
Yeah.
Positive affirmation is really important.
Yeah.
I think where insecurities root from, at a survival level, it's very sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because like if you think about back in the day, if you want to talk about tribal days, if you're like out in the tribe, like in the jungle, right, and people don't like you, you don't have a really good chance to survive, right?
Yeah.
But if you kind of think of a more like higher conscious, you're no longer worried about survival, and you're actually trying to develop a community and a higher level of thinking, then those old insecurities won't serve you. Like, they were there for a reason. But that's why I say that people are not their insecurities. Everybody has it. And it's more of like when sorry, I was totally thrown up by this. But
it's this dude.
but like,
I'm listening.
These insecurities, they're not going to go away. It's just that you become stronger, and then you can handle bigger insecurities. So I think it's not very realistic to think that insecurities will go away.
Yeah.
It's more realistic to think that like, hey man, I'm only going to get stronger.
Yeah. Word.
Or I don't know. That's just my opinion.
No, I mean, it's pretty high. Like, yeah, man. J-Flow. J-Flow, man. I feel like he's taking over this whole episode today.
Good.
It's good. He's asking the right questions. I'm like, it's good. It's good. I think it's opening up at this whole insecurity thing. Well, that's something that's good.
I want to take it full. Thank you for sharing that, Huiba.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. I want to bring it full circle though, and ask Dante. He was talking about his insecurity growing up, being the minority.
Yeah.
Also dealing with both racial minority and also economic minority. So what opened up for you once you got past that?
Wait, you're black? Sorry, I don't see color.
Oh, this is colorful. That shirt's pretty colorful though. All right, anyways.
Sorry, my first
So, I mean, like, I don't know, man. I think it was kind of crazy when I how do I say this? I mean,
or is it something that you're still grappling? Like you've kind of gotten past it.
I've gotten past it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I gotten past it because, like, at the end of the day, it's just kind of, I mean, I don't know. Maybe back in like those times was a little different.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't accepted to be a minority or be black, in a certain area wasn't accepted. Now it's kind of like, oh, it's kind of a norm thing. Now you see a whole bunch of shows have like multiracial people in like one school setting. That didn't happen back when there's black people in like one school. It was all black people in one school. Like My Brother and Me was a show on Nickelodeon. Like these shows were like just predominantly saying I was always only seeing just kids going to black schools only. There was nothing else. I mean, there was like maybe one white kid in there at one point, but like that was just like, oh, okay, whatever, But when you see that, I think it was just now you see these shows now, it's more accepted now. I think like you see most people going for like a black guy, white girl going for a black guy. It's kind of like, oh, and it's kind of like normal. Like, I think I see a lot of people in middle school that happens a lot too. I see a lot of biracial dating. So that kind of seeing that, I think seeing my friends also shining too. Like my friends like Keith shining so hard. It kind of got me like, okay, it's possible. Like, all right, it's cool. But he's waving at everyone. Thanks, man. Oh shit. Oh no, that's dude. They saw.
Oh no, you're revealing where we are.
No, you revealed where we are now. Damn it. All right. Anyways, we gotta end this podcast now.
Oh, I hear the drones.
We gotta get out now. Sheesh. But yeah, I mean, I don't know that that's the right question to ask. I don't know if I answered your question, but yeah, I don't know if that.
Well, the reason why I mentioned because I mentioned like not necessarily. It's not necessarily like what opened you when you got through it, because I don't want to put that on you that like you should be going through it. Sometimes we're going through things, and I think it should be okay that we're going through things. But I think it would be very insightful for people around you if you let us know while you're going through it, how do you handle it?
They were going through it right now?
Yeah.
People are still going through it? It's still going on?
No, for you. Like if it's not necessarily.
It's still going on? Not on my watch.
Well, see, that's how he handles it.
Not on my watch.
There you go.
No. Stop that. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I think it's just like you said, surround yourself around the right people. I think I start surrounding myself around other people of my same culture.
Okay.
It kind of got me more like I'm being proud of who I am, and just being more accepting of your own skin. Don't let that bother you as well. You know what I mean? It's got me to be, and plus music too. It kind of also empowered me, rapping all this stuff, like talk about like, just giving more education of being accepted. I think that also was a big factor. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
So it sounds like, who you were surrounding yourself with had a really huge impact on the self-talk that you had with yourself. Yeah. But also it sounds like you gained inspiration from, you started feeding your mind with source material from like other people, Yeah. So like, maybe some people read books, but you can also get that from like sound, from media, music, movies and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty cool, man. Yeah. Any artists that like kind of shout outs or that really helped you?
Oh man. I mean James Brown.
Okay.
James Brown was a big inspiration.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. I don't care if you're the white version of black, it's still black.
No, he was black.
Yeah, he's black. Okay. Who else? Nas, of course. Just philosophical knowledge, things to like, just be proud of. Like we were philosophers first, like things like that. And it got me like, oh man, yeah, I'm woke, But yeah, man.
Honestly, that I'm taking notes on that because I know, like when I'm talking to when I think of Dante, I think of him as like a really strong, secure person, and actually someone that helped put me up when I was feeling down. So thank you for sharing.
Oh, tight. I don't know what question to ask you. I don't have a question to ask you. I'm not,
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
We had to hop on like what Josh said about Dante. Dante's a good guy.
Am I?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. So why aren't you dating?
So we're gonna end this podcast, guys. I think we came to the end of this podcast here. So I think we're just gonna.
Last week's notes.
I think we're done, guys. I think. Anyways.
Thank you for having us, Dante.
Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you. But this is my first podcast ever.
Yeah, it's been like took over, man.
Thank you.
it was good to have someone with like you asked some deep questions. I think it helped out the listeners and the viewers. Definitely appreciate you guys coming on. I know
Super deep.
this time I really didn't plan this out. I'm sorry. I'll do better next time when you guys are on. But when you guys are just, I talk to you guys normally. Like it's just like normal conversation. So I just feel like it's just, I'll just be casual with this. I shouldn't be. I apologize. But apologize for all listeners too. But I'm thankful for J Flow for holding it down. You know, but it's good to have you guys on, man. I appreciate you guys on.
Are we like ending it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like you guys didn't really answer like what's your insecurity in dating. Like you just said it in general. Like for you, you said your hair. Like when you date, like are you like, oh, like I'm afraid this girl won't like my hair, or like are you like, oh, I'm afraid like she wouldn't like the color of my skin or because I'm black.
Oh.
You know, like
That's a really
you
good
didn't really
point,
like
Kiki.
answer that.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
When dating, like, you guys just answered it in general, but like, what about in dating?
Dating. Man, we forgot this is about dating, huh? No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, we'll make it quick. All right. In dating. What?
150 words or less.
Okay, we'll make it quick. Okay. So in dating, I think I don't know how to say about dating. Like, how would I? What do you? Let me see if I can answer the right question. So you mean in terms of dating?
Well, all right. So I know that you know, some people they don't believe in dating. So for you, like, what would be your insecurity when it comes to like approaching and you know, talking to people?
Approaching people, talking to people. I think I don't know. I just be myself. I mean, just how I am. I'm kind of like just a goofy dude. I actually typically don't even think of like my own skin, my own color of skin. I'm just that's my personality. I think this is how I am.
All right. How about would this help it? What are the insecurities that you deal with when you're talking to someone you're attracted to?
Oh, insecurities? Oh shit, man. Fucking it up, messing up,
Okay.
saying the wrong thing. That's
Okay.
the biggest one. I always mess up saying the wrong thing, and I kid you not. Like the girls are like, why would you say such a thing? I was like, I don't know. I'm just on the top of my head, and some people just don't get it. I think me communicating that to someone else, I saw the issue. I feel like slight insecurity in that. Especially if a girl I like, I'm like, you know, I just mess up, man. Like I'm like how Will Smith was at Eva Mendes. I just fuck up. Like something happens, like girl gets knocked out, you know, stuff like that. Like, ow, you know what I mean? Like all the wrong things happen. But like, yeah, right? Hitch.
There you go.
So you know, I think that's a big thing. I think I'm very clumsy with that, with my wording.
Okay.
I think that's what my biggest insecurity when approaching it.
Yeah. I think there's a question on the phone, but you can answer that, and I'll go ahead and.
Is the question? Oh. It's funny that you knew that was the question. We didn't scroll down.
Well, I know. I'm not even on the thing.
Yeah, but how did you know that was? Anyways, so ask a question. So insecurities often as negative. Do you have a charger for your phone?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I need one.
It's too bad.
Okay, so we're gonna go in part 2. Okay, so insecurities often as a negative thing. How can our insecurities be beneficial to for relationship and dating?
Is that for me?
Okay. What's that question? Okay, charge my phone now.
Yeah.
Oh, repeater. I'm low battery.
All right, go ahead.
I'm low battery. Okay, so all right. Sorry, we thought we were gonna end, but we can go into it. Okay, so how can insecurities?
So I know
insecurities is a beneficial thing, or is it?
How can insecurities be a beneficial tool for
I mean,
relationships and
is it beneficial now?
I mean, if you see it as like something that you both can build towards or work towards together, then that can be beneficial. And
because everyone sees insecurity as so negative, I think like people see like so like negatively. You know what I mean, I don't know if that makes sense, but people see that as like just a negative. I don't know, huh?
Oh, the thing's moving.
Okay. No, man, that's charging my phone, not my computer.
I don't have this shitty charger.
Shit, we're screwed. Okay. Well, we got 5.
Answering this.
Okay.
I'm feeling a little insecure about this stream all of a sudden.
But yeah, I mean, like a question I want to ask is like, okay, if you guys see it as a positive thing, you guys are both, like what Heartbreak Asian was saying. He was saying that it's like seeing as what's the word I'm looking for? Forbidden. Awareness is if you see it as if you're aware of your insecurity and you're embracing it, I think it's for the same person. If you guys have insecurity as well and you guys are embracing it, it could be a successful relationship from there. If you guys are understanding both your insecurities and you guys are catering to those insecurities, I think that also helps that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Because if you're catering to like, okay, he's insecure. That's
Well,
like,
like not catering to them, but working towards overcoming them.
you want to
together.
overcome. So you want to get rid of them completely. So we're just completely getting rid of insecurities. Okay.
Whoa.
So it's a so it is negative. Then. So we're saying it's a negative thing.
Well, I think they were asking like, can it be beneficial towards the relationship? Like if
Well,
there's
the
insecurity.
answer is yes.
She said often insecurities often seen as a negative thing.
How can it be?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a way of seeing it as beneficial.
Yeah,
like
so how
something
can
you
you- how
both
can
could
you
work
flip it?
towards together.
Oh, okay, so
Okay.
so we're not seeing it positive. Okay, I thought we seen it as a
Yeah.
positive thing of something to work on. Okay, same thing.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I get what she's saying because I think the first step is you have to acknowledge like what is an insecurity, right?
Yeah.
For sure, it's natural. That's like
Yeah.
like you gotta like just come to terms like it's natural. Like you might wake up perfect and one day you're just like I feel kind of funny. Oh my god, you know what I mean? Like whatever. So I think the first thing is to acknowledge that insecurities are natural and everyone has them. I think the next step is if you come to terms with your insecurities and admit them and share them why you feel this way with your partner, you are showing being vulnerable with your partner, which actually makes the relationship stronger, right? To like, it's kind of like when a couple is weak together, they're actually very strong together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for a good example, like Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? So obviously there was a video or something Beyonce was showing and she was just like crying and she was like, I'm just like not happy, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Jay-Z had his fill, right? He went through his thing, but they're still together. They're so strong as hell, right? Kanye, Kim Kardashian, right? I don't care. Everyone can say like Kanye's like weird as fuck or whatever, but he's been killing with those Sunday church things, man. Have you been following those? They're crazy. Yeah, he's seen the light. And like I've seen some documentaries and videos of them, him and Kim just hanging out, and they're hella strong. They know what they've done that fucked up their image, right? But they probably makes them insecure, but like they acknowledged it and then they acknowledge it to each other, and then now they're stronger together, right?
Yeah.
So I think I get what she's saying. It's not negative. They're just what they are. They're just natural part of your life, right? And also insecurities. Now no one's born with it. They're developed, right?
Yeah.
Maybe someone was cheated on, and then now they're insecure about themselves because they don't want to get cheated on.
Yeah.
Right. So, is that negative? No, it's just an experience, part of their life, and it's just a trait. And now they're coming to terms with it, and now they're admitting vulnerability to their partner, and now they're becoming stronger with their partner. If they're admitting it to their partner and the partner's kind of like, nah, whatever, or dismissing it, or just like saying that, oh, don't worry about it, or just not caring about it, now that's a different topic. Now that has become a toxic relationship. Now it's because now you're being dismissive about it, right? So, like if you dated someone?
Hold on, so how is it a positive thing again? Because
you're admitting vulnerability to you're being vulnerable with your partner, and when you're doing that, you're being honest with them, and then your bond becomes stronger. Yeah, so that's
okay.
Yeah, so that's why
I see. So like, so when you when you have insecurities when it comes to relationships and dating, like if you address it, it can be an opportunity to strengthen the bond of whatever you have.
Yeah.
As opposed to like it becoming something that drains from the relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's
right. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm getting it right.
Yeah. And this is based off experience too. This is not like
everything's based off experience.
Yeah. I mean, like, I didn't write a book or anything.
Yeah. No, everything's based off of I got 2% left.
Yeah.
YOLO, bro.
Kiki, do you have any insight?
Well, like what I said before, I mean, if it's something that you both could build towards together and overcome together, then I think that makes the relationship stronger.
Tight.
I agree. That's all I said. No, I mean, like, that's true. I mean, if you guys seen it in that light, I think that's also, I don't know what I said, but it wasn't as perfect as well thought out. I mean,
right. We're just reading
No, I think those are all great ways to look at it.
So we got 1% left. Sorry.
All right. So I'll keep mine really short then.
Okay, go.
All right. So how I see insecurities as beneficial for dating and relationships is that it is actually highlighting what you need to address to get through to the next level of where you want to be.
Yeah.
I think it's illuminating, and it highlights where you need to focus and grow at. That's where I think insecurities can be at. That's my opinion.
Boom.
Boom. All right. All right, guys. That is your question. We're done. We're gonna end it right here. We got like 1% left. Thank you guys for all tuning in with the questions and viewing in. Tune in next time on the next episode, guys. We're gonna probably have some more speakers on here. This is the longest I've ever done a podcast episode. But thank you guys for tuning in. Right on, guys. Get some gear. $25 for shirt. Why did shirt?
You better freaking say that file soon, man.
Yeah, man. Oh shit.
Turn off your brightness. Turn off your brightness.
Huh?
Turn on your brightness.